It's only a few minutes to get to the first event. He goes across, I mean, somebody's lawn. Chickens are scrambling. I mean, it was like the shortcut of the century. I said, oh man, that's Tijuana Taxi. And then, so that's how that song got named. And the other songs that I played, did you? Deja Vu is right? You heard some of those songs that take you back a few years? Yeah. But me too. Well, that's the funny part. As I was playing, I was thinking about like The Lone People that was written in 1962. And it was the first record I did with A&M Records. It was our first release. And it was a record that opened the door for us. And then there was a little lull after The Lonely People. We did The Lonely People album that did pretty well. And then a couple of years later, this Whipped Cream came around. That was because our distributor in New Orleans called me and said Alpert had turned the song down. And he just wanted me to hear it. So he played it for me over the phone. Loved it. There was something about it that got me. Sent it to me. We recorded it 3 days later. It became a moderate success, and my partner had this brilliant idea, let's do an album with food titles. So in that food title was A Taste of Honey. So, and A Taste of Honey was the one that really just catapulted us, because then they were doing all these television shows, the major shows, and the records were like selling like, like 5 records in the top 20 at one time. And we did the Ed Sullivan Show. Do you remember the Ed Sullivan Show? Yeah. Okay, so we did this show. It was on a Sunday, and we rehearsed at 4 o'clock before the taping of the show. And at this time, I was selling millions of records. So we rehearsed. We did Taste of Honey. Ed Sullivan comes up to me, puts his arm around me, he says, "Herb, I discovered you." You're just a tad late. He was an awfully nice guy, so I did forgive him for that. But he really didn't do his homework. And then what else did I play? I did Taxi, Bull, Wolf Cream, Bull. That was it. Oh, Rise. Yeah, Rise was that was a fluke. That first song I played, Rise, was written by my nephew, Randy, who calls himself Badass, by the way, Randy Alpert, and his partner wrote the song. He says, all that happened because he said, Uncle, he says, why don't you take all these songs that you did in the 60s, the Tijuana Restaurant, and make disco records out of them? Because if you don't do it, somebody's going to do it. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. He says, well, give it a try. You never know. So anyway, at that time, the 3M company loaned us a digital 32-track machine at A&M Records. So I was just saying, okay, we'll get some guys together and we'll try this, So we had a session, and we started playing The Lonely Bull with the boom, 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 I got nauseous. I said, Randy, we can't do this. I said, these are evergreens, I'm satisfied. We sold enough for this, just let it be. And we had time left on this recording session. So we had the song Rise that he wrote. But he wanted to do that as a disco too. He had it at 120 beats per minute. I said, no man, let's take it down. Let's make it like a dance record. So like when people are tired of dancing disco, they can dance together. He wasn't crazy about the idea, but we did it. And it was 100 beats per minute. We recorded Rise, and that became little by little. And thank goodness for Luke and Laura, General Hospital. They played it as a theme from that point on. That was it. Ed Sullivan said, I discovered you again. Okay. So anyways, we're going to play a song that, listen to this lyric. This lyric was written in the 30s by an American genius, Cole Porter. It could have been written today. It's called Anything Goes.